All right, all right. We here. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the delay. We here though. Let me do what I need to do first. Do what I need to do first, and then we gonna get started and get y'all the playback of what happened. Hope everybody day been going good. All right. Hope everybody feeling good tonight. This man, this story hit, bruh. This story hit crazy. Now I told y'all I was gonna find that verse because what was that Tuesday? What we heard Tuesday when we read what was that 9 and 10, we read the prophecy that Elijah spoke being fulfilled, and I couldn't find where the prophecy was first spoken, but I found it. So when we go back to First Kings, we go back to First Kings chapter 19, and we look at First Kings chapter 19, verse 16, verse 16. Well, actually, we can go to 17 because that's where, I mean, 15. That's where it starts at. It says then the Lord said to him, "Go return on your way to the wilderness of Damascus, and when you arrive, anoint Hazael as king of Syria. Also, you excuse me. Also, you shall anoint Jehu the son of Nimshi as king over Israel, and Elisha the son of Shaphat, Shaphat the son uh Elisha the son of Shaphat of Abel, um Mahola Mahala, you shall anoint as prophet in your place." Oh crap! Hold up, my fault. My fault. Let me pull up. Let me pull up my book. Dang, I'm slipping. Slipping. All right. Let's get to Kings. We're not doing no Bible quiz right now. First Kings, that's where we is at. Chapter 19. Verse 17. That's where we at. And then it says, "It shall be that whoever escapes the sword of Hazel, Jehu will kill, and whoever escapes the sword of Jehu, Elisha will kill." And this this is, and then it says, Yet I have reserved 7,000 in Israel, all whose knees have not bowed to Baal, and every mouth that has not kissed him. So that was the talk of the prophecy for Jehu. Now, as we fast forward, to where we at now, the mission is at hand and ready to be complete. So uh Second Kings chapter 11. That's where we at. So now we're seeing the prophecy being complete. So 9 and 10 yesterday was what we just read, the beginning of what we just read, and what happened. And um Elisha is now prophet. So Elisha has sent his son out. To go anoint uh Jehu as the king of Israel. What's going on, brother B in the building? How you feeling, bro? Glad you in here. Glad you made it in here. So Elisha called one of his sons. He gave him a flask of oil to go meet Jehu and anoint Jehu with being the king of Israel. And and with that he had gave him the instructions on what to do. So now Jehu is ready to go complete the mission. And when the son reached Jehu, he let him know. He let him know. It said, then he arose, went into the house, and he poured the oil on his head. It said to him, "Thus says the Lord of God of Israel, I have anointed you king over the people of the Lord of the Lord over Israel. You shall strike down the house of Ahab, your master, that I may avenge the blood of my servants, the prophets, and the blood of all the servants of the Lord, and the hand of Jezebel. I mean, at the hand of Jezebel. For the whole house of Ahab shall perish, and I will cut off from Ahab all the males in Israel, both bond and free." So he's given him the prophet. He's given him the prophecy that he has to fulfill. Now Jehu gets the message and he starts to complete the mission. He understands that, look, the Lord has sent this person to me to complete the mission. He knows the assignment. So then he begins to do what the Lord do what the Lord asked him. So when he gets to when he gets to Jezreel, Jehoram sent a horseman, basically like a messenger, to go out there and and he basically turns him around. So so he sends another messenger out there to talk to him, to see if he's coming in peace. So he does the same thing. Then the third time he sent them out there, he realized, all right, these people are not coming back. What's going on? So Jehoram goes out there to go approach him to see what's going on, and then there he realized, okay, this dude not coming in peace. This dude is coming to take over. So now where he tries to escape or tries to go back, Jehu shoots at Jehoram between his arms. It says he shot him between his arms, and the arrow came out at his heart, and he sank down in the chariot. So then they told him, pick him up and take him into the track of the field of Naboth the Jezreelite, because that's where he had got stricken down. So they taking him there because that's what the Lord prophecy was uh he's gonna die where the other person died at. So as Jehu continues through and continues to reign over well, continues to complete the prophecy. He then meets up with Jezebel, and hearing what was going on, she came to greet him at the window, and and Jehu entered the gate. She asked him, is it peace? And he basically just lets her know, like, it's not. So he looks up at the window, and it says, who is on my side? Who? So two or three eunuchs looked out at him. Then he said to the eunuchs, throw her down. So they threw her down, and she hit the ground and died on spot. And prophecy says that when she dies, the dogs will devour her body, and they will have nothing left of her to bury. And that's what happened. Was it nothing there but a skull, feet, and the palm of her hands. That's what it says. And um and it says, therefore they came back and told him and said, this is the word of the Lord which he spoke by his servant Elijah the Tishbite, saying, on the plot of ground at Jezreel, dogs shall eat the flesh of Jezebel. The corpse of Jezebel shall be as refuse refuse on the surface of the field, in the plot of Jezreel, so that they shall not hear lies Jezebel. Okay, so um that was chapter 9. He wiped out he wiped out the first set of people of Ahab. Now he's ready to work the through the family the household. The wife is gone. The son that took over is gone, and now he's ready to finish taking out the household. So in chapter 10, what's going on? 83, my mama in the building. What's up, mama? Yeah, yeah, B. He basically told her it was up. Yes, sir. So in chapter 10, now Ahab it says now Ahab has 70 sons. Boy had 70 sons. That threw me off. I was tripping on that part. So so he had 70 sons, right? And and Jehu wrote a letter to Samaria and told the rulers of Jezreel, which which is like the elders and stuff like that. He wrote a letter. He said now as soon as this letter comes to you, since your master's sons are with you, and you have chariots and horses and a fortified city also, and weapons, choose the best qualified of your master's son, set him on his father's throne, and fight for your master's house. So so basically he 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 it's like a Troy. It's like the scene in Troy where the two kings meet up in the field, and he tells the one king on the other side, he say, "Hey, bring your best man out here. You know, I'm gonna get my best man, and we gonna have at it, and the best man wins." So so that's what's taking place in this letter. That's what he's basically telling them, and and they they uh they was like, look, man, we don't got nobody who can stand against him. You took out two kings. If them two kings could have stand against you, I mean, ain't nobody over here fit to stand against you. Nah, for real. Nah, for real, B. so so now Jehu writes another letter. He writes a second letter. He says he tells him, if you are with me and will obey my voice, take the heads of the men, your master's sons, and come to me at Jezreel by this time tomorrow. So so Buddy put a hit out on them. He put money on their head. You know what I'm saying? So so what they did what they were supposed to do. You know, and it says so it was when the letter came to them, they took the king's sons, 70 of them, slaughtered them, and put the heads in the basket and sent them to Jezreel. And sent them to Jezreel. So that mission was complete. So so as it fast forward a little bit, fast forward a little bit. Now we get into the rest of the people, that was following Ahab. and was with Ahab. So it says Jehu killed all who remained of the house of Ahab in Jezreel, and all his great men and all his close acquaintances and priests until he was left till he left him none remaining. So he wiped out the whole family tree. Bro bro took the whole family tree out, right? So after he took the whole family tree out, Jehu pulled the mission. He pulled out another mission, and what he did was he what he did was he pulled a little deceitful move. You know what he what he did was he sent the message. He sent the message and told the people that was serving Ahab and worshiping Baal, the fake god that they had. What he said was what he said was uh then Jehu gathered all the people together and said to them, Ahab served Baal a little, Jehu will serve him much. So with him saying Ahab served Baal little, Jehu will serve him much. Basically, he was saying Ahab didn't fully believe in him, and he had little faith in him. But me, I got all the faith in him. My faith is vast for him. So is a lot more than what Ahab got. So then he tells him, now therefore call to me all the prophets of Baal, all his servants, and all his priests. Let no one be missing, for I have a great sacrifice for Baal. So he's put exactly, the art of war. You know, uh, he's pulling a stunt on them people to make these people believe like, yeah, I did all this because I worship Baal a lot more, and I'm a represent a lot. We're gonna have a whole party. We're gonna give a sacrifice to him. We're gonna do it up. So so as all them gathered together and did all that, nobody was left missing. Everybody was there. They gathered up in the temple. The temple was full from one end to the other. He even he even uh he did he he went so hard to even get them dressed up. Like he even got them dressed up for this occasion. It says it in 22 verse 22, and he said to one in charge of the wardrobe, bring out vestments for all worshippers of Baal. So he brought out vestments for them. He got them dressed up. This is a special occasion right here. Uh okay. So then so then um Jehu went into the temple of Baal and said to the worshippers of Baal, search and see that no servants of the Lord are here with you, but only the worshippers of Baal. So they went in to offer sacrifices of burnt offerings. Now Jehu had appointed for himself 80 men on the outside, it had said, if any of the men who I have brought into your hands escape, whoever lets him escape, it shall be his life for the life of the other. So basically, hey, bruh, I'm putting all these people in one place. We're gonna slaughter them. And if any of y'all have a second heart and want to let anybody escape, or you don't want to complete the mission and you can't get it done, just know if they get away, you're gonna take the place for that person who got away. So I suggest you complete this mission, because if one person live, that life is now on your hands, and you gonna be the replacement for that life. Boy wasn't playing. Boy wasn't playing. He said, "Better not nobody get up out of here. You better take everybody out." So then, they did the offerings. They did all that stuff. He had to set the stage. He had to set the scene. He ain't he couldn't just go in and do what he had to do. He had to make it seem like everything was all good. Nah, real talk. That's a mob hit right there, bro. So then, Jehu said to one of the guards and to the captains, go in and kill him. Let no one come out. So they went in there. Everybody fell by the sword. Everybody fell by the sword. They completed the mission. They took everybody out. Then they broke down the temple. They broke down the temple, knocked the pillars down, took the temple down, and then burned them. Then they broke down the sacred pillar of Baal and tore down the temple of Baal, and made it a refuse dump to this day. So he did what he was supposed to do. The Lord gave him directions. He did what he was supposed to do. The Lord blessed him too. The Lord blessed him. But the only thing that only problem that Jehu had was that however, Jehu did not turn away from the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who had made Israel sin, that is, from the golden calves that were at Bethel and Dan. So even though he believed in the Lord and he followed the Lord's words and stuff like that, he still couldn't. He Hold on 1 second. Hold on. That boy in there screaming and yelling like he crazy, bro. But he couldn't escape his sinful ways, you know, and that kind of messed it up, you know. That kind of messed it up for him, because he couldn't escape his evil ways. He had a short time reigning as king. And it says Jehu rested with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria. Then Jehoaz his son reigned in his place. And the period that Jehu reigned over Israel in Samaria was 28 years. So so now oh, but the Lord had told, because he did well in the Lord's eyes and pleased the Lord. The Lord said to Jehu, because you have done well in doing what is right in my sight, and have done to the house of Ahab all that was in my heart, your sons shall sit on the throne of Israel to the fourth generation. So the Lord blessed him, even though the Lord knew he, had that sinfulness in him. The Lord still blessed him because he did what he was supposed to do. So that's how his son became started to reign in his place. So now we in chapter 11. That's where we at now. Now, all right. So let's go. Chapter 11. When Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her sons was dead, she arose and destroyed all the royal heirs. But Jehoshaphat, the daughter of the king Joram, sister of Ahaziah, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him away from among the king's sons who were being murdered. And they hid him and his nurse in the bedroom from Athaliah, so that he was not killed. So he was hidden with her in the house of the Lord for 6 years, while Athaliah reigned over the land. In the 7th year, Jehoiada sent and brought the captains of hundreds of the bodyguards and the escorts, and brought them into the house of the Lord to him. And he made a covenant with them and took an oath from them in the house of the Lord, and showed them the king's son. Then he commanded them, saying, "This is what you shall do. 1/3 of you who come on duty on the Sabbath shall be keeping watch over the king's house. 1/3 shall be at the gate of Sur, and 1/3 at the gate behind the escorts. You shall keep the watch of the house, lest it be broken down." The con- contingents, the two contingents of you who go off duty on the Sabbath shall keep the watch of the house of the Lord for the king. But you shall surround the king on all sides, every man with his weapon in his hand, and whoever comes within range, let him be put to death. You are to be with the king as he goes out and as he comes in. So that the captains of the hundreds did according to all that Jehoiada the priest commanded. Each of them took his men who were to be on duty on the Sabbath, with those who were going off duty on the Sabbath, and came to Jehoiada the priest. And the priest gave the captains of the 200s the spears and the shields which had belonged to King David, that were in the temple of the Lord. Verse 11. Then the escorts stood, every man with his weapons in his hand, all around the king, from right from the right side from the right side of the temple to the left side of the temple, by the altar in the house. And he brought out the king's son, put a crown on him, and gave him the testimony. They made him king and anointed him. And they clapped their hands and said, "Long live the king." Nah, real talk. They had him. They had him. Boy, they had him. They said, "Nah, bro, you can't get this one, bro." Boy, they had him on the covers for real. They said, Nah, bro, Buddy out here, he out here clapping everything. Nah, bro, we gonna have to hold on to him." Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, they definitely had him under hiding. Now then, Athaliah heard the noise of the escorts and the people. She came to the people in the temple of the Lord. When she looked, there was a king standing by a pillar according to custom, and the leaders and the trumpeters were by the king. All the people of the land were rejoicing and blowing trumpets. So Athaliah tore her clothes and cried out, "Treason, treason." And Jehoiada the priest commanded the captains of the hundreds, the officers of the army, and said to them, "Take her outside under guard, and slay with the sword whoever follows her." For the priest has said, "Do not let her be killed in the house of the Lord." So they seized her, and she went out by the way of the horses entrance into the king's house, and there she was killed. Then Jehoiada made a covenant between the Lord and the king and the people, that they should be the Lord's people, and also between the king and the people. Well, they be making these plays, don't they, be, bro? They, or they be setting them plays up, and all the people of the land went to the temple of Baal and tore it down. They thoroughly broke in pieces its altars and images, and killed Matan, the priest of Baal, before the altars. And the priest anointed officers over the house of the Lord. Then he took the captains of hundreds, the bodyguards, the escorts, and all the people of the land, and they brought the king down from the house of the Lord, and went by way of the gate of the escorts to the king's house. Then he sat on the throne of the kings. Yeah, real talk, bruh. So all the people of the land rejoiced, and the city was quiet, for for they had slain Athaliah with the sword in the king's house. Jehoash was 7 years old when he became king. Boy, hey, just reading, just reading this, bruh, like like you said, B, that number 7, bruh, is I can't even just from the time I started Elijah to where we at now, bro. I done heard 7 several times, bruh. Like I can't even count how many times 7 was in here. You know, like 7 is a significant number, and look how it starts, the 7th year, bruh. That number is significant, bruh. Chapter 12. In the 7th year of Jehu, Jehoash became king, and he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Nibia, Zibia. My fault. His mother's name was Zibia of uh, Beersheba. Jehoash did what was right in the sight of the Lord all the days in which Jehoiada the priest instructed him. Look at that, bruh. So so at 7 years old he became king, and it says he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. That's twice that's twice the amount that Jehu reigned. And if Jehu would have could if Jehu could have did right in the eyes of the Lord by not sinning and stuff like that, not living in the sins that was already brought on that land, he probably could have reigned even longer. But the high places were not taken away. The people still sacrificed and burned incense on the high places. Yeah, bro. Like yo, that's 7. That number 7, bro. It pops up too often. And Jehoash said to the priest, all the money of the dedicated gifts that were brought into the house of the Lord, each man's census money, each man's assessment money, and all the money that a man purposes in his heart to bring into the house of the Lord. Let the priests take themselves each from the continuance con I didn't say that right. Constituents. I'm saying that word wrong. I know I'm saying that word wrong. Constituency. Constituency. A body of voters is in a specified area who will elect represented representative to a legislative body. Constituency. Okay. I knew I was saying it wrong. I was close though. each from his constituency, and let them repair the damages of the temple. Wherever any dilapidations is found. Now, all right, just want to make sure we was there. Let me start that down. Now it was so, by the 23rd year of King Jehoash, that the priests had not repaired the damages of the temple. So King Jehoash called Jehoiada the priest and the other priests and said to them, why have you not repaired the damages of the temple? Now therefore, do not take more money from the constituency, but deliver it for repairing the damages of the temple. And the priests agreed that they would neither receive more money from the people nor repair the damages of the temple. Then Jehoiada said, then Jehoiada the priest took a chest, bored a hole in its lid, and set beside the altar on the right side as one comes into the house of the Lord. And the priest who kept the door put there all the money brought into the house of the Lord. So so it was, whenever they saw that there was much money in the chest, that the king's scribe and the high priest came up and put it in bags and counted the money that was found in the house of the Lord. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Then they gave the money which had been apportioned into the hands of those who did the work, who had the oversight of the house of the Lord, and they paid it out to the carpenters and builders who worked in the house of the Lord. I already say, boy, y'all playing a dangerous game. Mess with that. Y'all don't mess up the church's money, bruh. Hey, bruh, don't mess up the church's money, bruh. Ooh wee, ooh wee. Y'all playing a dangerous game, bruh. Y'all should have been got on that. I thought that was ready to go left just now. And to the masons and stone cutters, and for buying timber and hew stone to repair the damages of the house of the Lord, and for all that was paid out to repair the temple. Man, A. As I was reading, bro, I started sweating myself. Like, bro, hold up, bro. I know these guys ain't fit to cuff no money, bro. Y'all tripping, y'all tripping, messing with that money. Hey, boy, that's the quickest way out with your head. I'm trying to tell you. However, they were not made for the house of the Lord's basins of silver, trimmers, sprinkling bowls, trumpets, any articles of gold or any articles of silver from the money brought into the house of the Lord. But they gave that to the workmen, and they repaired the house of the Lord with it. Moreover, Moreover, they did not require an account from the man into whose hand they delivered the money to be paid to work to be paid to workmen, for they dealt faithfully. Nah, real talk, they better not have. The money from the trespass offering and the money from the sin offerings was not brought into the house of the Lord. It belonged to the high priest. 17. Hazael, king of Syria, went up and fought against Gath and took it. Then Hazael set his face to go up to Jerusalem. And Joash, the king of Judah, took all the sacred things that his fathers that that's sacred things that his fathers Josaphat and Jehoram and Ahaziah, kings of Judah, had dedicated, and his own sacred things, and all the gold found in the treasures of the house of the Lord, and in the house and in the king's house, and sent them to Hazael, king of Syria. Then he went away from Jerusalem. Okay, so you paid him off. He said, "Look, hey, bro, ain't no need for you to come over here doing no reckless stuff, bro. You want all these worldly possessions, bro? You can have them, bro. I don't need them." Now the rest of acts of Joash and all that he did, are they not written in the book of Chronicles of the kings of Judah? And his servants arose. My fault, my fault. Yeah, business is business, bro. Yeah, man. Like, look, ain't no need, ain't no need for you to come tear up my place, bro. Because you just want couple of riches, bro. Look, I'm not using these riches right now. You can have them joints, bro. Look, all that stuff that I gave you, that was sinning stuff anyway. That was stuff from people who didn't even believe in the Lord. So you can have that. I don't need that sitting around messing up what I got going on anyway. And his servants arose and formed a conspiracy and killed Joash in the house of the Millo, which goes down to Silla. For Jozakar, the son of Shemath, Shimeath, and Jehozabad, Jehozabad, the son of Shomer, his servant struck him, so he died, and they buried him, buried him with his fathers in the city of David. Then, then Amaziah, his son, reigned in his place. Oh, we good grief, bruh. Yo, them names, bruh. Them names be hard, bruh. I ain't gonna cap. Hey, hey, B. Them names be hard, bruh. All right. So, so y'all. We ain't even make it. We ain't even make it a whole hour. We ain't even make it a whole hour. Y'all want me to go ahead and finish off the book? Finish off the book of Elisha, or do you want me to save the rest for tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to keep going? Let me know. Let me know what y'all want to do. We We barely touching the hour right now. Nah, real talk, bro. Them days, yo, them days, boy. Good grief. Nah, for real, bro. You gotta really like sit there and be like, all right, nah, no, hold up. This is not this letter not saying that kind of sound. What you gotta really break them joints down, bro. Like, jeez. And I still don't think I be saying them joints. All right, B said go ahead and finish it off. All right, cool, cool. Let's go ahead and finish it off then. Let's go ahead and finish it off. This the last chapter, and this the end of the book of Elisha. Okay, so let's go. We in 13. Oh yeah, yep. We in 13. All right, cool. So in the 23rd year of Joash, the son of Ahaziah, king of Judah, Jehoahaz, the son of Jehu, became king over Israel and Samaria, and reigned 17 years. And he did evil in the sight of the Lord, and followed the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made who had made Israel sin. He did not depart from them. Now, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, bruh? Like, with the sins that they doing and doing evil, bruh, they not even making it to 40 years. They not making it to 50 years. Bruh, they this guy said they said he reigned 17 years. Uh Jehu, he only reigned 28 years because he couldn't leave them sins alone. You know what I'm saying? So that man, that stuff catch up. All right. Then the anger of the Lord was aroused against Israel, and he delivered them into the hand of Hazael, king of Syria, and into the hand of Benhadad, the son of Hazael, the son of Hazael, all their days. Uh, all their days up for. There we go. So Jehovah has pled with the Lord, and the Lord listened to him, for he saw the oppression of Israel, because the king of Syria oppressed them. Then the Lord gave Israel a deliverer, so that they can escape from under the hand of the Syrians, and the children of Israel dwelt in their tents as before. Nevertheless, they did they did not depart from the sins of the house of Jeroboam, who had made Israel sin, but walked in them. And the wooden images also remained in Samaria. Jeez, bro. You got people. Yo, that's crazy, bro. You got people, trying to get them on the path with the Lord. But then you got the people that just don't want to leave the sins, bro. They just want to keep walking in sin, bro. After you pleaded with me, after you had been oppressed, and the Lord was like, look, man, all right, well, y'all want to do that? Well, fine then. I'm gonna let these people come and take over and oppress you. You know, you got a person who pleaded with the Lord, like, Lord, forgive my people, let them up out of this oppression. and he gives y'all deliverance, but y'all wanna just keep going back, keep going back. Yeah, bruh. And they say this book is not relatable to our time. Yeah, nothing new under the sun, bruh. Yeah, right. If y'all tripping if y'all think this book ain't relatable to this time. Where we at? What remained in Samaria? Verse 7. For he had left of the army of Jehoahaz only 50 horsemen, 10 chariots, and 10,000 foot soldiers. For the king of Syria had destroyed them and made them like the dust at thrashing. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoahaz, all that he did and his might, are they not written in the book of Chronicles of the king of Israel? Nah, this book definitely can teach you lessons, bruh. So Jehoahaz rested with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria. Then Joash his son reigned in his place. In the in the uh in the 37 years of Joash, king of Judah, Jehoash the son of Jehoahaz became king over Israel in Samaria, and reigned 16 years. Look at that. He only reigned 16 years. And he did evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not depart from all the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel sin, but walked in them. Now the rest of acts now the rest of the acts of Joash, all that he did, and his might with which he fought against Amaziah, the king of Judah, are they not written in the book of Chronicles of the king of Israel? So Jehoash rested with his fathers. Then Jeroboam sat on the throne, and Jehoash was buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. Yeah, oh, bruh. Real talk, bruh. Yeah, messing around to find out. Go ahead. You keep playing around, you gonna find out. All right. So here come Elisha. Elisha's back. Elisha had became sick with the illness of which he would die. Then Joash, the king of Israel, came down to him and wept over his face and said, "O my father, the chariots of Israel and their horsemen." And Elisha said to him, "Take a bow and some arrows." So he took himself a bow and some arrows. Then he said to the king of Israel, "Put your hand on the bow." So he put his hand on it. And Elisha said, "Put his hands on the king's hands." And he said, "Open the east window." And he opened it. Then Elisha said, "Shoot," and he shot. And he said, "The arrow of the Lord's deliverance and the arrow of the deliverance from Syria. For you must strike the Syrians at Aphek till you have destroyed them. Then he said, take the arrows. So he took them, and he said to the king of Israel, strike the ground. So he struck uh so he struck 3 times and stopped. And the man of God was angry with him and said, you should have struck 5 or 6 times. Then you would have struck Syria till you had destroyed it. But now you will strike Syria only 3 times. Then Elisha died, and they buried him. And the raiding bands of Moab invaded the land in the spring of the year. So it was, as they were burying a man, that suddenly they spied a band of raiders, and they put the man in the tomb of Elisha. And when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he was revived and stood on his feet. Now, now you now that I read that part, right? This is the picture right here. The picture that's underneath me. You got the tomb, you got the bones, and then you got the guy. You normally when I was reading this, I noticed that they always covered the eyes and they always had these gowns on and stuff like that. So this is the image that I got for reading this part. This is the image that I got. And this is the illustration of what we just read, with the guy getting dropped into the tomb of Elisha and the bones, and he touched the bones and was revived. It's amazing that when the Lord blessed this when the Lord blessed this person, that even though he was no longer there, he still had that ability. And I remember saying, like, there's no better 401k plan than being with the Lord. You know, I refer the Lord's blessings as being having a 401k plan. You know, having benefits. You know, when you at work and you get fired, those benefits cease. You don't get them benefits. You can't take them benefits to the next job. Here, with the Lord, you see his benefits lasted even into the afterlife. Even when he was no longer physically on earth, he still had his benefits from the Lord. You can't ask for a better 401k plan than that. You can't. Thank you, B. Like that's the only thing I can think of, bruh. Still on his feet. Let's pull this Bible back up. There we go. We almost done. Still upon his feet. Boom. And Hazael, king of Syria, oppressed Israel all the days of Jehoahaz. But the Lord was gracious to them, had compassion on them, and regarded them, because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and would not let and, and would not yet destroy them or cast them from his presence. Look at that, bruh. Even though, boy, look how gracious he and merciful he is. How much love he has for his people, bruh. how much, even though these people didn't want to leave sin and did evil in the eyes of the Lord, bro, he still was gracious enough and had compassion for them and regard for them, that because he made a covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he would not let them be destroyed. And he would not cast them out of his presence. Bruh, if that's not love, bruh, I don't know what is. Boy, people talk to us crazy, boy. We quick to cast them aside. They do something that's not pleasing to you one time, bro. You ready to cut them off, and you don't never want to talk to them again. But here the Lord knows that they messing up, knows that they is not doing right. But because I have so much love for y'all, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to y'all. I'm not gonna let y'all just be fully destroyed. You gonna learn, or you gonna learn your lesson. But I ain't gonna let them just straight wipe you off the map. Man, that's you can't ask for love, like that's unconditional love right there. Now Hazael, the king of Syria, died. Then Benadad, his son, reigned in his place. And Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, recaptured from the hand of Benadad, the son of Hazael, the cities which he had taken out of the hand of Jehoahaz, his father, by war. 3 times Jehoahaz defeated him and recaptured the cities of Israel. Man, man. Hey, man. That's deep. That's deep right there. Gotta be careful with that love, cause it could quickly turn into wrath. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he showed him that. He showed him that. You know, he showed him that. He said, "All right, y'all want to keep playing around. Y'all want to keep playing around. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and take you over. Take you and let these people, reign over y'all. You know what I'm saying, man? But still kept that. It is crazy because even though he scolded them, and this is how parents are. This is how parents are. We'll have parents, bruh, and we'll do something bad, bruh, and we know we ain't supposed to do that. They'll give us that stern whooping, and then talk to us while they whooping us, bruh. And then after we done cried it out in our rooms, you know, they'll come in there and they'll give us some comfort, bruh. They'll come in there. Well, come on, come on, come sit out here. They'll hug us and show us some love, bruh. Even though just like an hour ago, you done laid the whole smack down on me, bruh. but still love. That's how the Lord is, bro. That's how the Lord look. I'm gonna scold you, but I still love you. I still love you, even though I gotta scold you at this time. Even though I gotta put these beats on you. I mean, I still love you though. I ain't gonna take the hedge of protection from around you. I'm gonna keep that hedge up there for you. I'm gonna protect you. You know, but But yeah, you had to learn. You had to learn. So I had to give you that beat and so that you could learn. Man, say awesome book. Awesome book, bro. Man, that one that right there, man, that right there, bro. I like the book of John. I like the Book of John, bro, but that one right there, bro, that was dope. That was dope right there. Right. Facts, me. Facts, me. I can't. I barely can sit down. You talking about come sit next to me, watch TV with me? What? Come in. Nah, real talk, bruh. Real talk, bruh. No, bruh. That's funny. You done knocked the patch out my head. Talking about come in. Oh man, that's funny. Nah, for real though, man. For real, man. That book is dope, bruh. That book was dope. That's the end of Elisha. We we done went over the book of Elijah, and we done went over the book of Elisha. That's the end. I hope y'all like that one as much as I did. Uh the next book we gonna be going to is the book of Acts. We gonna be covering the book of Acts. 15. What was it? 15 what? The book of Acts, and that's gonna be 1561. The book of Acts has 28 chapters. It's 28 chapters in the book of Acts. All right. So we gonna go through the book of Acts next. All right. That's our next book that we're gonna read. Man, I appreciate it, B. I definitely appreciate it, bro. You know, I'm just, hey, man, I'm just doing what I'm doing, bro. The Lord tell me to make my time useful. Make my. He tell me work while I wait. That's what it's called. Work while I wait. That was one of the messages that my uncle was preaching on. And this is what I'm doing as I'm waiting for my time. I'm working, and I want to make sure that you know as I'm reading this with y'all that I'm getting a good understanding. I'm giving y'all a good understanding. We can bond together, and we can bond together through the word. I'm delivering this for y'all because what I was talking about yesterday. Just with people coming in and listening to this. I don't know who this might help. Somebody might hear something that I'm speaking on or reading on, and it might, like you said, B, there's nothing new under the sun. So this might can relate to them. So I want to keep reading these books and stuff. I want us to continue to grow together and bond together through the word. And I don't want people to feel as though this word is I don't want people to think that as a Christian we're using this word against them. I want them to see like, nah, this book is actually good. It's good for you. It's good for you. It's good for your soul. It's good for your spirit. Cause now the more we read this stuff, now you can start building on this. You can start building your relationship on this with the Lord. You know, so I by listening to Brother Bolo read the books in the morning, it helped it helped me. It helped me. It helped get me to where I'm at now. You know, um, and I want that same feeling for somebody else. I want that feeling that I have by listening to Bolo read and give his breakdowns and stuff like that. I want people to have that same feeling that I get. So this is like one of the reasons why I started doing like the reads and stuff. Shouts out to my cousin Tish, because she heard me speaking. She heard me speak on John, and she recommended that I read it. And the feeling that I got from reading the book of John, it makes me want to keep reading these joints now. It makes me want to keep doing this for the for people. Hopefully y'all will read it. Y'all will read these things for yourself. Y'all wouldn't hear me up here uh uh and stumbling across the words. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, y'all be like, you know what? I like that book that he read. Let me go read that for myself now. Let me go read it so I can get a better understanding for myself. You know, and that's what I'm doing it for. That's what I'm doing it for, cause I'm a normal person just like everybody else out here. I'm no better than a person who don't know the Lord. Don't have the relationship with the Lord. I'm no better than that person, because at any time it just shows you Jehu did everything right in the Lord's eyes. He did everything right, but still continued to sin. You see what I'm saying? Even though he did right in the Lord, he still continued to sin. So I'm doing this, one, to keep me grounded, keep me understanding the power of the Lord, and to keep me in this book, that we should, like Joshua says, meditate in this book day and night. So with me reading this stuff and finding these different books and different things to talk about in here, it helps keep me grounded. Helps keep me humble. Keep me humble, that I'm not different from anybody out here, anybody that's in this book, because like I said, if we look at the people in these books, these people had times where their faith was tested, and some of them fell, but they got right back on the horse, like David. Like David is a story that is a pillar. Like David did a lot of things that was right, but he also had fell, and he had to pay the price for that. He fell, and the Lord told him that his whole house would be in shambles, and that's what happened. But it still didn't stop him from being in the word. It didn't stop him from praising the Lord, giving the Lord his praise, coming to the Lord, talking to him. You know, it didn't mess up his faith. Once he had got punished, he accepted his punishment because he knew what he did wasn't um pleasing to the Lord. But it didn't stop him from, you know, straying away and stuff. So just like books like that help me keep my head, because the Lord knows that I'm not perfect. He knows that I'm not perfect. He knows that I still have a long way to go, and I'm here for the ride. Straight up. I'm here for the ride. So while I'm waiting for my time, I wanna work. I want to stay busy. I want to work, and I want to help people, help people find their way back. That's the mission. Help people stay grounded in the Lord, in the Word. That's my mission. So yeah, man. Salute to y'all. Thank you everybody who stayed in here and listen to me read. I greatly appreciate it. Even if y'all don't text in the chat and stuff like that. Y'all took it upon yourselves to stay in here and listen to me stutter through this book. Yeah, y'all heard me struggling over these words. I appreciate that. Don't go clipping me even having me looking crazy. Like the boy can't read. Shouts out to y'all though. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, since we got done early, I'm gonna go ahead and take me a break. I'm gonna go ahead and take me a break, and Monday we'll start the Book of Acts on Monday. And let me give y'all the illustration for one of them. Let me put the picture up here so that y'all can see what my picture is. My thumbnail is gonna be for the Book of Acts. I'ma skim through. I'ma skim through, and I'ma skim through, and I'ma see if I can find another verse in there, so I can have two thumbnails. But 1396. But yeah, I want y'all to see what it is, what the thumbnail's gonna be. 1396. So this the thumbnail right here. This gonna be the thumbnail for in her room. This gonna be the thumbnail for the Book of Acts. I'm gonna find another one, and so I can have two of them because it's 28 chapters. I don't want to have part 5 the same thumbnail. We're gonna have to switch it up. But thank y'all, brother B. Love you, bro. Mama, love you. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me, rocking with me. You already know everybody else that came. Oh, an intellectual soapbox. My brother, my native. Thank you for coming through, kicking it with me. I greatly appreciate it. Um, yeah, but we'll get to the we'll get to the next one on Monday, and yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Oh, salute Bobby Cash in the building. I was just ready to end it. Salute Bobby Cash in the building. My native right there. What's going on, brother? Salute my guy right there. That's my guy right there. And oh, before we head on out, you know, my my brother B sent me this video, you know, if and I wouldn't be right if I ended off without playing it. But you know, while we still here, while we still have the lights on, while we still got breath in our lungs, mobility of our limbs, our senses, you know, even if we don't have, even if we missing a sense, even if we don't have mobility of our limbs. As long as we're still here, and as long as the Lord gave us another day to get it right, let's get it right now. Let's do it. Let's do it ASAP before we don't have the time to do it, because we don't want to end up like this.
Oh, Lord. Jesus, I saw you. I saw you. Please, please forgive me. I've been wrong, Lord. I've been wrong all my life. Don't leave me like this. Please, Jesus, have mercy on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I repent, Lord. Take me.
While we have the time, while we still here, give your life to the Lord. Whatever you have to do to repent, whatever you have to do to get right with the Lord. If this is your comfort spot, if this is your comfort spot, I can direct you to a couple people that can help get you, back on track. Um, my uncle's a excuse me, my uncle's a pastor. He wouldn't mind helping you, reconcile your life with the Lord. So while we have time, we don't want to be out there on our deathbed crying, weeping, wishing that we would have had more time to get right. Now is the perfect time. We don't want to be like this.
Oh, Lord. Jesus, I saw you. I saw you. Please, please forgive me. I've been wrong, Lord. I've been wrong all my life. Don't leave me like this. Please, Jesus, have mercy on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I repent, Lord. Take me.
Love y'all. I'm out. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Oh, Friday testimony, Lord willing, at Bolo TV. All you gotta do is go to YouTube, search Bolo TV The Village. It'll pop up. Subscribe on that channel, and hit the notification bell so that you can join the morning word, uh Tuesday night prayer if you need prayer, Tuesday night prayer, Friday testimony, um Sunday night with Scorch. He goes over the word as well. So go to Bolo TV The Village, search that up in the search bar, Bolo TV The Village, and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Take it all personalized and put it on all. Catch y'all later.